Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I want to talk about VARA token, EQUILIBRIE on KAVA. I want to break it down and just share my thoughts. You're on Fast Entrepreneur. My name's Justin. Nothing I say is financial advice. Let's get into it. So I thought it was time for another walk and talk because the last time when I did one of these was months ago, kind of early on. We were talking about Velodrome at the time. And there's a lot of similarities that I see with this new VARA token. They're literally just launching. They're starting emissions today on their LPs and the fees and stuff next week. But what's interesting is comparing it to Velodrome. Velodrome was helped out by the optimism ecosystem and specifically the grant, right? So that basically the way these flywheels work, these VE33s, and there's been, several others on other chains, is that, it all comes down to why do people want the token? Why will people, lock up the token, stake the token? In this case, could be up for a few years. So in Velo's case, they were giving incentives from their grant to actually go and, if you locked up for 4 years, then you were actually given a discount basically back in optimism tokens. And sometimes it was like 30+%. So I don't know what they're going to be doing here with VARA. The name of the platform is EQUILIBRIE. And I don't know how much money they'll have or whatnot, but a few things, if they do the same, it could certainly most likely help. Right now, the TVL is quite low, maybe like 2.5 million for the VARA token. The market cap is it's like 1.5 million or 2 million, something like that. And a lot of that I think has to do with because there aren't a lot of tokens in circulation at the moment, at least for the market cap. So, we're going to have to wait and see what happens. They did have a little hiccup when they started. I don't think it was a huge thing, but basically they got 1 week behind, but I think if you were in the Discord or you followed, you kind of saw, what they were doing and that the platform was, on schedule. So we'll have to wait and see how this turns. They did not have a ton of liquidity on the platform. However, it looks like even, since I went to bed and this morning, a couple more 100,000 have come in for liquidity. So that's going to be important, but it's really going to be important on how they're going to prop up these tokens of the VARA token. And, we're going to have to wait to see where the votes come in. But, as a longer term play, if this is the DEX, what I've noticed is, why KAVA? So KAVA is basically kind of think of it like easy way to go between say Ethereum and Cosmos. And so, I'm a big fan of Cosmos, and obviously Ethereum is the big juggernaut. So, KAVA does not really have much going on, it seems, in terms of dApps or liquidity at the moment. I think there's a few other smaller DEXs I found, like, Surf Swap. There might be one or two others. So I mean, it's not something that I really even explored a whole lot. I was familiar with. I've seen a few people speak about it. I want to say maybe it might have been Data Dash, but I'd have to go back and look if Nick Merton if he was the one or not. But either way, right now, where will we stand? If you were a Velodrome locker and you locked up for 4 years, there was a snapshot. You might be eligible for this VARA airdrop. I think there's maybe I don't know, 15 days left or something left to claim. And I think there was like, 360 something tokens. So, at a price, I mean, it's already had an all-time high of like $2. I think it's probably closer back down to $1 or $1.40 or something like that now. Who knows? The question is going to be, what do people do when they get their emissions? And I think that's kind of the big question is there enough incentive to stake it and to lock it up or not? So, we're going to have to wait and see. What else is there that I can talk about on the platform here? Hold on one sec, guys. So, all right, so what else did we have to talk about? So we're gonna have to wait to see where these votes come in, but a lot of these flywheels, the way these things work is the APRs are shown in the token. So like in this case, it'd be shown in the EQUILIBRIE token, and so that's going to be very important to see what happens. In terms of emissions, I think VARA, you could check out the exact numbers, but it was something like there's 40 million, tokens currently. Most of them are either locked or, time locked, whatever, by the team, yada, yada. Or protocols have them. So there's not a lot out in circulation, like I mentioned. However, I'm not sure all of you got to look at the tokenomics, but I think we were talking about maybe 1.8 million or something like that in emission. Basically, I think when I ran the numbers, it was something maybe like 5% a week or something, and a lot of these tokens, and I think it does that for, a bunch of years, maybe like 4 years. You can check that out as well. But I think that's what my memory reminds me of. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else here, guys. Anyways, y'all having a good day? Everybody having a good day? Make it a good day. Make it a good day. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, obviously we're, kind of in this period of, what's going to happen with the Fed, what's going to happen with Bitcoin. So, don't know where we're going in the short term. And I think that this project, even though it seems like it's got some sort of kind of backing by the KAVA Rise program that we were talking about with the grants. I mean, that's been going on for, seems a little while. So I don't know exactly, what the connection is between this team. There's definitely been some Twitter influencers, some bigger accounts that have recently picked up on this. Just like in the last day, I've noticed, some of them showing up in Discord, some of them, making threads about it. If you just do a Twitter search or whatnot, you'll probably see what I'm talking about. A lot of people were talking about the liquidity because it was low, which meant, I think that holds back a lot of the bigger buys because, you couldn't put in more than probably, maybe a couple $1,000 order without really having your, your price being impacted. So, but What else we got? Yeah, but I definitely think that, this VE3 model definitely brings something different to the table in terms of incentivizing liquidity. And so it's great, for investors, it's great for the protocol, and it's great for the protocols that are, using or driving in cases. So anyways, I'll leave it with that. But tell me what you all think. Is this something y'all going to be watching out over the next couple weeks, months here? Will KAVA rise? Peace.